Yo, so I was scrolling on X and I just seen something that kind of got me a little hopeful from Dragon Ball Sparking Zero News post in Fan Hub. First off, before we get into this, if you're enjoying the vibes, make sure you like and subscribe. Slide and subscribe, I really appreciate it as it thrusts me in the algorithm. I'm going to try to bring to you some more Dragon Ball news as I get it. You know, I'm not going to get everything at all times because there's other YouTubers out there that are way bigger and they have resources to things way quicker than I do. But I am going to be posting a lot of Dragon Ball Fighters, Dragon Ball's Sparking Zero content. But I just wanted to make this quick video before I got on with my day. I seen here something I've been preaching about in all of my reactions. You can go watch and they're listed in the iCard somewhere. I've been waiting for GT to be announced. I've been waiting for them to do some sort of character announcement, some sort of reveal. I've even made a video when I was having Kakarot in the gameplay behind me talking over it, speaking on how I would like a video game to dive into like the entire GT storyline. In a video game way, I just feel like that would be a cool thing. We get to see the entire progression of GT all the way through the end with the Ultra Spirit Bomb, the Universe Bomb and shit. I just think that's cool because we haven't had a game that has done that in that way yet, in an open world setting similar to Kakarot, or just in a good thematic way like Budokai series, or in this case Sparking Zero. So you might be saying, what are you talking about right now, right? I'm sorry, I'm talking a lot. Let's get into this. IGN China, apparently, I haven't like fully dived into this because I don't have their account. I can try to go and see that, but I'm just gonna bring to you what I can see here. IGN China, apparently the original translation is right here, and it translates to someone saying that I would like to ask what are the main criteria for selecting available characters. And Furutani answered saying, first we look at how active the character is in the original work. The more scenes they have, the more likely they are to be included in our casting list. In addition, previous works in the series have basically developed the story around the World Martial Arts Tournament. So some other popular characters from early, middle, and late stages of Dragon Ball GT will also be taken into consideration. So I'm just super hyped for that because it tells us that they're thinking about certain things. The thing that does kind of scare me though is that apparently in this there was a mistranslation and it was meant to be coming out as changing GT to mid, late, and early stages of Z. However, they are still thinking about it. I believe it's posted somewhere in the original post. I haven't seen somebody translate it quite yet, but I do think it's coming. And even if it's something that's not coming, like and that's officially announced, I did see this under this post that also kind of made me spark something in my head of something that we could discuss here on the channel. I love the fact that the community that's surrounded around GT is still thriving, because I've already said it multiple times. Yes, GT is a terrible adaptation of the entire series of what Z was meant to be. It kind of throws it all the way back into original Dragon Ball with that adventure setting, although they was very hit and miss with a lot of the stuff that they was doing in it. However, it doesn't mean, even though I'm me saying it's terrible, it's not terrible like in the grand scheme of like anime. It still holds its own and it has weight by itself, and it has some pretty cool characters. So let's jump into this thing that I seen right here, this character list. I think this is actually probably the most solid character list I have seen for the depiction of GT, and it's just cool. First off, I've always loved Goku's original blue and orange kind of outfit that he had from the original series of Dragon Ball, and how it kind of reared its way around into GT as well as the very late stages of Z. I also really appreciate the character design of GT Vegeta. I know that version of Vegeta has gotten unfathomable amounts of hate, and people just don't like the way that they changed the hair and how it's supposed to be like, oh, they're Saiyan's hair is supposed to stay the same their whole lives or something like that. Like, I get it from a lore standpoint, it doesn't always make sense for everything that they did with the character designs in GT, and a lot of people don't like Goten, a lot of people don't like the depiction of Trunks, and I get it. GT has a lot of negatives, but this is a pretty solid casting of who we should be able to play with inside of any type of GT adaptation, with the exception of like Emperor Pilaf, Shu, you know, of course, we're not trying to be playing as Boma. Most games have Pan in it. I mean, Xenoverse had Pan in it. Xenoverse had a lot of people in it. But, you know, we haven't got a chance to see the actual playability of some of these shadow dragons, which I think is really unique. I've always thought about, I really want Super Saiyan 4 in there, the way that they do the aura, this art style looks really nice. I've loved some of like General, was it Gildo or something? The one that was like in charge of Giru in the beginning parts. This dude right here, Whirlo, I'm not sure of his name, I have to go back and look, but I've always thought it'd be pretty cool to kind of have these characters in. I think the potential is even more so there, considering the Tournament of Power had like these kind of one-off characters in a sense. You know, the wolf guy, I don't really remember his name, and we have all these other characters like, what was her name, Riverian or something, the chick that blew out the heart. So that gives more opportunity to have some of the gaggy characters from GT to be put back in here, and for us to play as a version of Z Oob would really be nice, as well as a version of Majin Oob. That would be really, really cool. Or Maju, but I think that's what they call him. Shinron, Omega Shinron, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, of course, Super Saiyan 4 Goku Vegeta, Nova, Ice. I'd just like to see pretty much all of these characters brought into the game some way. It would just be fun, you know, even if they're not entirely playable, let us fight against them in like some kind of alternate story. That would be really cool. I know they have custom battles out as well. They did an announcement for that 2 days ago or yesterday or something like that. It's just a cool thing. I just think it'd be pretty cool. Let me know what you kind of think down below. And the last thing I have to say here before closing out this video is having a version of Baby before he went in Vegeta's body, I feel like it's just super ideal. We have not had that version of Baby playable in a game, I don't think ever. It's always been Baby Vegeta, and as cool as that is, and I love that depiction of it, and you know, we even had Baby Vegeta before he kind of like really powered up, when he was still looking very much like Vegeta inside of Vegeta's coat, and well, his ripped jacket and shit like that. We've not had this like really beginner stages of Baby, so I would really like to see this kind of brought into the game as well in some kind of way, shape, or form. And since I have seen on the box art and the pre-order list that you can summon Shenron as well as the Super Shenron, I see right here in the top right corner they have the Black Star Red Shenron. That'd be really cool to try to like fit into there somewhere. Maybe overusing it gives you a negative buff on your characters, or what would that be, a nerf on your characters for some reason, like when you're in the story. I don't know, but they could figure some creative way of putting GT characters in there so this can finally be crafted and marketed as the ultimate all-inclusive Dragon Ball experience. And of course, I'm still waiting for them to truly announce that they're gonna add in all these characters from the original run of Dragon Ball, like, you know, Kid Goku, Kid Krillin, which we've never had a game that we can play as Kid Krillin in, only Kid Goku. I don't know if you would count other versions of these characters, you know, early version of Yamcha, Tien, Shinhan, Piccolo, like Piccolo Jr. That, you know, I'm just saying, like, can we get some of these characters, please? If you enjoyed the VOD, make sure you slide and subscribe. I really appreciate it. And maybe we get in here and talk about some more stuff. I just wanted to share with you a post that I seen that maybe not everybody has seen. And then this list over here, because it's got 426 impressions on it, 2 comments. I'm sure a lot of people have seen this post right here. Potentially, I don't know. Yeah, 13.3 thousand, but there could be more people out there. I don't know if my video is going to get a lot of views or something, but at least I can try to put it out there of what I'm seeing and kind of my hopes, and just connect with the community. I love you guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Stay safe out there. Peace.
I never felt like I never felt like